Thursday of the 5th week of Lent.
A reading from the book of Genesis. When Abram prostrated himself, God spoke to him. My covenant with you is this. You are to become the father of a host of nations. No longer shall you be called Abram. Your name shall be Abraham, for I am making you the father of a host of nations. I will render you exceedingly fertile. I will make nations of you. Kings shall stem from you. I will maintain my covenant with you and your descendants after you, throughout the ages as an everlasting pact, to be your God and the God of your descendants after you. I will give to you and to your descendants after you the land in which you are now staying, the whole land of Canaan, as a permanent possession, and I will be their God. God also said to Abraham, on your part, you and your descendants after you must keep my covenant throughout the ages. The word of the Lord.
The response is, the Lord remembers his covenant forever. Look to the Lord in his strength. Seek to serve him constantly. Recall the wondrous deeds that he has wrought, his portents, and the judgments he has uttered. The Lord remembers his covenant forever. You descendants of Abraham, his servants, sons of Jacob, his chosen ones. He, the Lord, is our God. Throughout the earth his judgments prevail. The Lord remembers his covenant forever. He remembers forever his covenant, which he made binding for 1,000 generations, which he entered into with Abraham, and by his oath to Isaac. The Lord remembers his covenant forever.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to the Jews, Amen, amen, I say to you, whoever keeps my word will never see death. So the Jews said to him, Now we are sure that you are possessed. Abraham died, as did the prophets, yet you say whoever keeps my word will never taste death? Are you greater than our father Abraham who died, or the prophets who died? Who do you make yourself out to be? Jesus answered, If I glorify myself, my glory is worth nothing. But it is my Father who glorifies me, of whom you say, He is our God. You do not know him, but I know him. And if I should say that I do not know him, I would be like you, a liar. But I do know him, and I keep his word. Abraham your father rejoiced to see my day. He saw it and was glad. So the Jews said to him, You are not yet 50 years old, and you have seen Abraham? Jesus said to them, Amen, amen, I say to you, before Abraham came to be, I am. So they picked up stones to throw at him, but Jesus hid and went out of the temple area. The Gospel of the Lord.
March 22, Thursday of the 5th week of Lent. The first reading comes from Genesis 17, 3-9. This is the account of the covenant that God makes with Abraham. He promises him if Abraham and his descendants will be faithful, Abraham would be the father of many descendants, and he would inherit the land of Israel. Remember, at Abraham's death, very little of that promise was actually fulfilled, yet he believed. He believed to the point where he was willing to sacrifice his son. At Abraham's death, all Abraham really possesses is the cave of Machpelah, which he bought to bury his wife, and the only son he has is Isaac, because he was forced to send Ishmael away. Yet Abraham trusted. The Gospel is from John 8, 51-59. The reading uses the image of Abraham, that the Jews accused Jesus of trying to say that he's greater than Abraham, and that Jesus said that if you follow my word, you would never die. Abraham died, so does he consider himself greater than Abraham? What is the response of Jesus? That Before Abraham was, I am. Remember the phrase I am is the name of God in the Old Testament. Jesus is saying he is God himself. And no wonders the people decide to throw stones at him, because he is proclaiming his divinity. Jesus also says it is the Father who glorifies him. Now the word glory in the Gospel of John has a new meaning. It's the outpouring of love. It's no longer power or magnificence. It's the willingness to give of one's life. And who is the one who called Jesus to do that on the cross? The Father. The Father, out of love, called Jesus to die this type of death because he wanted us to see the love that he has for us, but he also wanted Jesus to be the most loving person that would be possible, and that love would be expressed on the cross. And may God bless us.